Hey guys, Banished Designs here with a new background. Before we get started, I just want to say thank you so much for 100 likes on my last video. That is truly amazing, and it shows me how much you guys like my work and how much you guys support me. Thank you guys so much. If you guys can do that again, it would mean the world to me. The tutorials are getting ready, so just stay ready for that. They're going to be 4 or 5 videos, so they should keep you happy and get your graphics to the next level. So starting from the bottom, I have a bunch of textures. What I usually do is I put overlay. Now you really can't pick what kind of opacity you're gonna have until you put them on. You gotta start blending them, working on them, changing the opacity of a bunch just to see how it would look if one was on top of the other or dulled more. So we keep going up. I have this one thing that I haven't done ever on my backgrounds called source code. It's basically like the matrix numbers. They're very like not noticeable. They're not very noticeable. That's what I want to say. And as you see, they're on all of the ends like that. They go across the top. So, and also just to get it out of the way, the red and white bars on both sides, that's kind of my thing. I've always done that. So all I did was put it on like soft lay or overlay depending on how dull it would get, and then you just turn the opacity down. So if we keep going, what you'll see here is some lights. These kind of are the explosion looking things at the back. They give it a really nice looking like heavy effect, giving it more of an explosion, more of a in your face kind of look. You got lights have been used a lot lately, so you got to work on how you can make a mask differently and make them look better than how other people are doing it so far. So what I did, I have these little explosion ones looking like they're coming from behind all the text, making all the logos and the word FaZe a focal point. Also, I have these light streams. This is just a little white glowing pattern at the back, and I have one on both sides, but this one's back here for some reason and I need to grab it. So that's what it looks like fully, but I dulled it to about 35% and put it in the back like that. So we keep going up. I have a couple space pictures. What that means is like red clouds with stars in them. As you'll see when I take it off, it dulled a lot because I had it off, and it gives you these little specks kind of going with the explosion kind of theme. So you keep moving up. I have the big FaZe logos at the back. As you see, if you see that red bar, that's actually a whole FaZe logo if you look from the bottom, which I put on overlay and 60%. I put that on both sides. So, excuse me. Move up a bit more. These are the actual FaZe logos. What I did is I put some textures on them. These kind of give it more of a lighting effect. It makes it more grungy and it looks like the light's coming from the top. So what I added on this is a drop shadow, my usual, and a gradient overlay. Now depending on how bright or how dark a background is, you'll change the color. Now it doesn't have to necessarily be gray to black, it could be blue to black, red to black, but this light gray to black effect made it look really nice when you put it on overlay. So that is on all of the FaZe logos, and same thing with the material. So you keep moving up, I have these shattered glass effects. So when you look at it, it just makes the text look like it's breaking out of the glass. And that's what I was kind of aiming for. Now to give it a better effect with that, when you move up to the module, I have these lightings, these little red lightings. Now these lightings will basically just make the module not as boring, not as dull as what it usually would without it. So I have it on all corners. I have them here and one in the middle, and it basically glows in front of the glass, giving it a nicer effect, making it look like it broke from somewhere instead of just from underneath the module. On the module, instead of having a stroke and an inner shadow like on my last couple of backgrounds, I have a bevel and emboss, and as you see the white glow at the top, I change it to about 90% going upwards so that it only glows top, and also put these little glow effects on the corners over top of every single module box. Now the top one has a lowest opacity, has the lowest opacity, and the rest have higher ones because when you shrink them, because I just use that one and move them to all the corners, the light gets stronger and it blocks it off there. Now the links haven't really been special this time. They're just white text so that they're visible and everybody knows what to press, and sometimes they're hard to read. So I think I explained everything. Now we just gotta get back, if I can't express this enough, gradient overlays. But before that, I have this whole red fill. Now it's at 3%. What that does, it just kind of gave it a little red effect, so it's not too dark on the edges. Like I see it was completely black, but when you go here, it just gives it a little red effect. Now this gradient overlay really held everything together. It's the green overlay like on the sword background. As you see, everything's getting blocked off and it's not really looking good. Everything's kind of, it looks kind of saturated and not very nice. And also the glows inside the YouTube module is way too bright. But when you put the gradient overlay on, it darkens everything and gives it the flow and the kind of style that it needed. I hope you guys really enjoyed this background. I spent a lot of time on it and I'm very proud of it. It's a true honor to have it on the FaZe clan channel. If this gets 100 likes, this would be absolutely incredible. You guys are showing how active you are and making me want to post more. Tutorials are on the way. Thank you guys so much for being here. Have a great day.